Hi, this is Kathy Mahady. Welcome to the Free to Relax Monday night training call. And tonight we're going to do a special training on the loaner jar method of marketing. And you should see on the screen a picture of the loaner jar that we'll use as an example to this method of marketing. And so this is specifically directed to new people to get them into profit in their first month, but it's also a very effective technique that can be used by any distributor at any point in their business to really start to build that customer base. And so we want to go through that information tonight. And so you are in business and you have made an investment. And so now how are you going to pay off that starter pack that you bought to launch your business? And that is exactly what that kit is for, to launch your business. And it's going to provide you with valuable tools to be successful in your new business. And this is not like a franchise fee where you're simply paying a fee to the parent company to represent their name. No, you're actually going to receive tools to build a genuine business. And as you may have learned while researching Scent-Sations, we have many ways in which you can retail our products. And you may have an interest in doing an open house, for instance, maybe to announce your business, or doing home parties, holiday boutiques, maybe even small business expos or farmers markets. But these methods will require a learning curve, and so you need to gain some knowledge of how to prepare for such an event and then be able to implement what you have learned conceptually. And then you'll probably have to learn a thing or two. You may find some things that can be adjusted to make your next show more successful. So as I said, these events are going to require a little bit of a learning curve. It may also take some money to purchase enough product to display and sell. And if you are on a tight budget as a new business owner, this can be challenging. And so all of these methods that I've mentioned, they're very viable, fun, and profitable ways to earn money with Scent-Sations. And they are probably things that you will want to implement into your business plan eventually. But how does a brand new person without this knowledge and experience yet go about recouping your initial investment in that starter pack within your first month of business? And we really believe there's no better way to do this than through the use of the loaner jar. And so that's the information we're going to share with you tonight. And as I mentioned, if you are a team builder, you may want to begin discussing the loaner jar method with your prospects while they're still researching this business. In their minds, they're wanting to know, who do I tell about these candles, and what do I say? How do I build my customer base? And will it even be possible for me to earn my investment back? And so they want to know that they'll be shown what to do. And so we can assure them before ever having to make a decision to join that we do have a way to immediately get them making money. And in a way that's comfortable, it's not pushy, it is extremely effective, and it's duplicatable. So feel free to share that with your prospects in their journey of researching. And so we do have this proven method for getting your Scent-Sations business into profit your first month. And your starter pack that you receive from the company when you sign up serves two purposes. One, it's going to allow you to try the product yourself. And then number two, it gives you the tools that you need to share your products. So if you chose the starter pack, this is a $49.95, then you received one 16-ounce jar in the sweet orange and chili pepper scent. You'll get a 6-pack of hot apple pie votives, one sweet and orange chili pepper Bella Bar. You'll get one of the Bella Balm hand and body lotion, and a pack of catalogs. Also included in your package will be your distributor getting started guide, and it includes your personalized company website, and that has a shopping cart from which your customers can purchase. So as I mentioned, one of the main purposes of this package is so that you can try the products yourself. So we really don't want you selling this first month's products. There's going to be plenty of time for selling later, okay? So go ahead and use the Bella Bar and the Bella Balm yourself, because you really need to have actual firsthand experience with the products that you'll be promoting. And later you could even easily implement this same strategy by creating a hand lotion tester. Okay, but initially we're going to just focus on the jar candle, but this can also be extended into other products. Okay, so The first thing you're going to want to do is burn your 16-ounce jar candle. You must be a product user so that you can develop your testimony around the candle. We've always said in this industry that facts tell and stories sell. So your potential customers, they really want only to know why you chose this candle. Why do you think it's different and unique? What is special about it that got you to use this product? And you're not going to know that unless you try it. So it's really important that you first begin by using the product yourself. Okay, and we have a candle protocol. It's typical to burn 1 hour for every inch of diameter of your candle. And so our 16-ounce Mia Bella jars are 4 inches wide. And so you're going to want to burn for 4 hours at a time. This is going to allow that liquid pool wax to spread to the edge of the jar. And this is going to prevent it from tunneling down the middle of the jar, leaving that built-up wax along the sides, that wasted wax. So we want to avoid that. So make sure that you're burning for 3 to 4 hours several times until that wax level is below the ridges on the neck of the jar. It's really important to get it down past that, and then it will burn nice and even for your customers after that. And other parts of that package that you received are going to be your votive. So, let me talk about that here in just a moment. So this is giving you that experience of using the product yourself. But this is also going to create the sample that will become your loaner jar. So you're demonstrating for this potential customer how it burns evenly, how clean the jar is with no black soot, how the scent remains long after that top layer of wax is burned off. So you'll experience that same scent in the last burn as you do in your first burn. And so this is what you're setting up for your potential customers to experience as well. So as you saw in the picture, you're going to use a label on your jar. You're going to put a 1 inch by 2 5/8 inch label on your jar with the words loaner jar, and go ahead and highlight it in yellow. And the customer that's getting this is going to see a used product, so they understand that you're not giving them a brand new product to keep, but the concept will work better for them to understand that this is a loaner jar if you go ahead and just use those words, loaner jars, highlighted in yellow. And along with that, you're going to also be sure to include your name, your email address, your phone number, and your company website from which they can purchase. Okay. And then, as I mentioned, then with your kit, you're going to get 6 of the votives. And you're going to use these to crush them up to create scent samples. And these little scent samples, you'll put the crushed votive wax into a little tiny Ziploc bag, label it with your contact information. You can attach it to your business cards and your catalogs. And there's instructions on how to do this. Those can be found at the website, at the training website. That's trainingsupportcenter.com/scent-samples. So it'll go into more details about how you actually can create those scent samples. But again, there's a purpose to everything that's been included in that starter pack for you. It's not, irrelevant or wasted materials. You're actually going to be doing very valuable things to promote your business. So one is that 16-ounce jar that you're going to burn, and then the votives you're going to use to make scent samples. Okay, and so now who are you going to share your loaner jar with? Another piece of your starter pack is your distributor getting started guide. And so during the training, you have been referred to pages 8 through 10 where you're going to create your list, your warm market list. And you don't want to prejudge who may or may not be interested in trying your loaner jar. You want to let them decide for themselves. You're just going to explain the gift that you're offering. Okay, so you're giving them a chance, to burn a high-quality gourmet candle as much as they want for 2 to 3 days for free without having to give anything in return. Okay, but we know once they burn a Mia Bella in their home for those few days, they're not going to want to give it back when you come to get it. So this loaner jar method is a very non-threatening, indirect way to introduce your candles to your warm market. So without feeling like you're being pushy or being intimidated by the reaction you fear that you may be getting if you use a more direct approach. This is your warm market that you're going to be introducing the loaner jar to. So these are people that you know, people you're comfortable with, people who will support you in your new business. And so what you're doing is simply sharing your excitement for a new product that you think that they'll fall in love with too. And so with this method, you don't have to feel like you're pressuring your friends and family, to join you in business on your very first day. So it's not an intimidating, scary approach. Okay? And then when you give them the loaner jar, there will be a need for you to pick it up again. And so this creates, a natural follow-up process. When you're introducing them to the loaner jar, you want to create a sense of excitement and urgency by informing them that they can keep the loaner jar for 2 to 3 days, but then you must come back and get it on the agreed-upon day because you do have many others that are also waiting to get the same chance to try a Mia Bella candle. So again, this creates kind of a natural, non-threatening follow-up process for you as well. It can be a little bit intimidating for a new person to make a call to directly ask for a sale. So this loaner jar method alleviates the fear, of an inexperienced person having to, have the right words or use the right sales techniques. This method just works beautifully for a new, inexperienced person. It's going to give you a reason to get in touch with them again. So they already know in advance, and since they're expecting that you will be returning to pick up the loaner jar and get their opinion, so they're expecting you to follow up with them. And this eases you into that sales process because you first offered them something of value. Again, a non-threatening, non-pressure way of introducing it. Okay, and so what are you going to say when you pick up your loaner jar? So you're going to ask, what did you like best about the candle? And be ready to point out, the even burn. Make sure that they recognize that there's no black soot around the rim of the jar. That there's that great smell that's lasting all the way to the end. And if they do have that unfortunate spill, our wax is going to be easily cleaned up with soap and hot water. So make sure that you do point out the benefits of the candle and why it is different from something that they may have, burned before. And at this time you can go ahead and then give them a product catalog that's labeled with your contact information and even have an attached scent sample. If you have your business cards ordered and they have arrived, feel free to go ahead and leave them a business card as well this time. And then you're going to want to explain that you're going to be placing an order in 1 week, 2 weeks, once a month, whatever time frame that you've determined to be appropriate for when you're ready to order. And so just let them know you're going to be placing orders from many others that are also experiencing the loaner jar just as they are, and that you'd be glad to go ahead and order something for them as well. And again, they've already had the candle in their home burning for several days. So the receptiveness to, placing an order is going to be greatly enhanced by the fact that you gifted them with the ability to actually try the product first. If they do want to order and they need the product sooner than your predetermined time frame of 1 week, 2 weeks, whatever you've decided, they can simply place their order on your website. And then they'll just pay a small flat rate of $5.95 shipping, no matter how much they order. So if they want to get it faster, they're welcome to do the website, or they can go ahead and wait and have you place the order for them when you place the others. And now the majority of people are going to buy. Even if they don't order a 16-ounce jar candle, they may very well buy a 9-ounce jar. This is a very reasonable price point for a quality gourmet candle. And then even if they don't buy today, you may have caught them at a bad time in the pay period, so they may not be able to actually do it today for you. But you have very effectively now exposed them to your product. And so the next time they need a candle or if they need a gift, they're going to think of you because of the experience that you allowed them to have with burning the Mia Bella in their home. You've offered them value by trying it for free, and they are going to remember this the next time that they do need to purchase. Okay, and so now if you do this every 2 to 3 days, you're allowing them to keep it for 2 to 3 days, you can expose 2 to 3 people a week from your warm market. that's like 8 to 12 new people in your first month that you've exposed to your product. So your starter pack costs $49.95 plus shipping and sales tax. So that roughly equates to about $60 that you had made for your initial investment. And so selling just 7 of the 16-ounce jar candles at $19.95 would actually pay for your starter pack. So that's just 7 jars in that first month. That's not hard to do, 7 jars. That's going to cover the cost of your initial investment. You profit $9 for each jar that you sell. So the $9 times 7 jars equals $63. So you have paid for your $60 starter pack. And not everyone that you expose the loaner jar to will buy initially, but again, it only is going to take about 7 jars to break even, and then anything extra is actually going to put you in profit in your very first month. And, this doesn't necessarily even mean that you need to have 7 customers, because any one of those customers could easily buy more than 1 jar from you. So it's a very easy, doable, realistic number. And then these new customers will continue to buy from you. So these initial efforts in developing your customer base are actually going to pay you, for years to come. So it's important to get a nice, solid customer base established early in your business. Okay. And then I want to emphasize the importance of making a personal invitation to show the candles versus just sending out email blasts. It's important to remember that candles are a sensory product, okay? And so you're going to have the most success when you get the candles into people's hands and under their nose. And this is what the loaner jar allows you to do. We see a lot of new people being excited about being a new business owner, and, having a website enhances that sense of professionalism. But it's really important that you don't fall into the mistaken assumption that your website will be the magic bullet. And this is going to bring in sales simply by sending out an email blast saying something like, hey, I started a new business. Check out my website. Here's the link and place an order if you want. This really just is not the most effective means of introducing people to your product. Okay, so over time, when you have that customer base that, that they know your product, they've experienced the quality of the candle, they could easily order from your website for the convenience of doing so. But that's already after they've been exposed to the product. So your first exposure has to come from a personal invitation from you. Okay? This is just in telling you, calling them up and saying something like, I want to bring something special to you. I want you to burn a gourmet candle for free for a few days in your home, and then give me your opinion. Can you do that for me? And again, this is your warm market, people that you know and would be willing to support you in your business. So again, you're offering something of value. Most people are going to say, yeah, I'd love to be able to burn a gourmet candle in my home for free. Bring it on over. Let me check it out. And so while your website's going to be great for showing the variety of products and the scents, and even giving information about the company and the different ways to make money, I don't want you to get trapped, though, into thinking the website is this magic selling tool. Okay, the magic is in the candle. The magic happens when you let someone experience the candle for themselves in their home for free. Okay, that's where the magic is. And as you get a little bit further along in your training and working your way through the training site, you'll see information and training about another method that's called giving candles away. Okay, this too is very effective in developing a customer base, and it has been proven extremely beneficial in obtaining fundraisers, vendor accounts, and especially new business partners. But there is going to be a cost to giving candles away, although it's usually recouped, by the successful fulfillment of new customers and new team members, so you're going to get it back. But giving away product can be a challenge for a brand new person who hasn't yet, built up their inventory. Maybe their paycheck isn't there yet to support giving away the product. And so this loaner jar method implements the same successful strategy, but in a more cost-effective way, because you can use the same jar over and over throughout the month to expose others to the product. So it's the same concept as giving it away, but you're going to get it back so that you can use it again. Okay. And this whole process of getting you into immediate profit, it's only going to increase your confidence. The ability to get these immediate sales and recoup your initial investment in your first month, this will just increase your confidence in your new business. I mean, how many businesses out there are you, that you can think of where you'd be able to be in profit with so little effort, in your first month? By doing this process, you're going to come to see that others will value your product. They're going to enjoy the candles just as much as you do. And so this will, enhance your confidence that you did make a great decision in starting your own candle business. You'll just feel that you're not the only one that thinks these candles are great. When you have others commenting on it being the best candle that they ever burned, that can only increase your confidence, which is only going to increase your ability to, build a successful business. Okay, but this can't happen if you keep the candles hidden in your closet. So it's really important that you let others experience it. Okay, now we've talked primarily about the starter pack for the $49.95, but you may have started with the sample pack. And so if you ordered the sample pack for $199.95, if that was your startup package, then you're going to have the option to have 2 or 3 jars that you can have out on loan at any one time. And then you'll even be able to sell directly from your inventory that you have on hand, and then you won't have to place an order. So these customers will get product sooner, you'll increase your profits, and you'll build that customer base even faster. Okay, so after you've done this for your first month and you've earned back your initial investment in your starter pack, then what? Then what are you going to do next? And even though we talk about this being a great way for new people to get started, it's a great way to continue. So you're just going to do the loaner jar method again and again, month after month, and just watch your business take off. So that's really the extent of this